Coming up on Double Take Sports Talk with the Watch Brothers, we will have MLB predictions and previews for the Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals, our prospective teams. We will share that with you coming up next. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Double Take Sports Talk MLB podcast. Welcome to our show. Darren Watts here. Darren Watts on the opposite side of us.
All right, my man, Darren Watts.
Yep. All right, what's going on?
Not much, man. Living the day.
Living the dream. All right, so of that dream, we have previews of the Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals prospective teams play for today. What is today's date? July 24th, 2017. Hope you have your coffee ready. I have mine.
Xavier, pimp. All
ready. Okay. All right. Hope you have your morning stuff ready. We're ready to rock this thing. Darren, you ready to do this?
Born ready, man. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Let's do this.
All right, the Chicago Cubs preview. Darryl?
All right, let's do this thing. We got the interleague matchup. Cubs, White Sox, the second best one of MLB history. This is going to be a 2:20 p.m. Game at Wrigley Field. And his starting pitcher is Miguel Gonzalez. He's 4-9, 4.89 ERA with 50 strikeouts. For the Cubs, Kyle Hendricks is 4-3, 4.09 ERA with 51 strikeouts. Kyle Hendricks is coming back from DL in his first start since June 4th. And also Miguel Gonzalez is also coming back recently came back from DL. And his last performance was against the Dodgers, and he allowed 1 run in 6 innings. And a couple things to look at real quick. The White Sox has lost 3 straight IL games. They're 3-8 in IL League this season. On the positive side of this, they are 57-51 all-time against the Cubs, and the teams have split 54 games at Wrigley Field. White Sox shortstop Tim Anderson should be back in the lineup after not starting the last 2 games against the Royals. The combination of Chris Bryant and Anthony Rizzo fires off on all cylinders. Ian Happ and Wilson Contreras have stepped up to the plate for the Cubs. And speaking of good starts, since the break, the Cubs are 8-1 since the break. Pitchers are getting their rhythm back, and they share first place since June 1st due to winning percentages. With the Brewers with, I think, 25 and the Cubs with 26. And one more thing to note, the White Sox are 38-57 on the year, while the Cubs, of course, hot streak going on so far, 51-46 on the year so far. Okay, that's all I got, dear. Cubs, White Sox preview. There, here you go.
All right, the St. Louis Cardinals, Colorado Rockies preview for today's game. Let's just make this very brief. The preview for this game, the 3 things to know about this game. Number 1, Charlie Blackmon, which is he is not. Charlie Blackmon, he is coming into this game with 18 extra base hits this year. 1 home run and 4 triple doubles and 13 doubles on these balls with exit velocity below the StatCats of 95 miles per hour baseline for hard hit contact. That's very bad news for the Cardinals if they do want to win this game. I already have my bets on this. That's besides the point.
It would be.
So coming into that game, he already split of those 18 hits. 10 at home, 8 on the road. They are on the road for this game. They are going to be in Busch Stadium at St. Louis. And on that note, Antonio, what is his last name? Centinela, I believe it is. He's the lone starter against the Cardinals, and on May 26th, the last weekend of Memorial Day, he came in and threw 98 pitches on a personal high of 8 innings, all scoreless, while just allowing just 5 hits and no walks and 3 strikeouts. And Brett Cecil for the St. Louis Cardinals, the Cardinals' left-handed pitcher, 81.6 mile per hour exit velocity against is the MLB best along relievers at a minimum of 100 batted balls. Keep that in mind for Brett Cecil if he does come back in this series. That is your headlines, previews for the Chicago Cubs, St. Louis Cardinals, and our prospective teams. Starting lineup: Chicago Cubs, St. Louis Cardinals. Darren, you're up.
All right. Cubs, White Sox. For the Cubs, batters against Gonzalez. You got Alberto Alomar Jr., Javier Baez, Chris Bryant, Victor Caratini, Wilson Contreras, Ian Happ, Jason Hayward, John Jay, Anthony Rizzo, Addison Russell, Kyle Schwarber, and Ben Zobrist. Chicago White Sox batters versus Kyle Hendricks. You got Jose Abreu, Tim Anderson, Melky Cabrera, Matt Davidson, Adam Engel, Avisail Garcia, Alan Hansen, Young Makata, I think it is, or Masada, one of the two. I can't remember. Omar Narvaez, Tyler Saladino, Rama Shantes, and Kevin Smith. Them are your starting batters and starting lineups for the Cubs and the White Sox. Darren, St. Louis Cardinals.
All right, the Colorado Rockies at St. Louis. It is the 8:08 first pitch. Catch that game on ESPN. It is a Monday night baseball game. With that being said, the starting pitcher for the Colorado Rockies is Antonio Centinela, and for the Cardinals is Mike Leake. And as for your defensive starting lineups for the Colorado Rockies, your catcher is Troy Walters. Your first baseman is Mark Reynolds. Second base is DJ Matthew. Third base is Nolan Areno. Shortstop would be Trevor Story. Left fielder would be N. Desmond. Center fielder would be Charlie Blackmon. And your right fielder would be Gerardo Pereira. And for the St. Louis Cardinals, your starting catcher, my favorite, Yadier Molina. First baseman, Matt Carpenter. Second base, Colton Wong. Third base, Jed Gorto. Shortstop, Paul DeJong. Excuse me. Left fielder, Tommy Pham. Center fielder, Dexter Fowler, former Chicago Cub. And your right fielder, Randall Jesscock. And that is your starting lineups for your prospective Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals. Okay, here we go. Predictions. We have the Chicago White Sox and the Chicago Cubs. Darryl, who do you have in this game?
Sweet Cubs. Period.
Oh, sweet.
White Sox need a brawl if they want to win this game.
A brawl?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They need some players suspended, like Anthony Rizzo and got the other one. But yeah, they need
Chris Bryant.
Chris Bryant. That's it. And of course, Wilson Contreras and Ian Happ. They need to suspend them. They need a brawl.
No, they need a brawl.
Sweet. Yeah.
Okay.
And plus, I don't like the White Sox anyway. So.
Oh well, of course, that's going to be on your end. So that's going to be something that's always going to be you rooting against.
Oh yeah, you already know.
So I'm gonna have to agree with you. I'm going to have to go with the Cubs.
Sweet.
No. It's probably going to be either a tie series or the Cubs going to win the series, but they're not going to sweep them.
Okay.
I just don't think so. And then the Colorado Rockies, St. Louis Cardinals. Darryl, who do you have in this game?
That's a 3-game series, right?
Yes, it is.
Have to go with the Rockies. They'll win this 2-1.
Agreed. I agree. I do not like what St. Louis has done in the last series against the Colorado Rockies. Nobody from the Cardinals side, batting side, have hit any home runs or any RBIs against tonight's starting pitcher. So I am not a big fan of St. Louis in this game. They will not win this game. They might be able to win a game, like you said, but I just do not see them winning any games at all in this series.
They might be I think it'd be the first game that the Cardinals will win, which will be tonight's game.
No, they ain't gonna win the night's game. They probably win tomorrow night's game. That's just me.
Monday night hype, man. St. Louis is at their best.
They at their best, but they're not at their best when it comes down to a good pitcher like him. I'm going with the Colorado Rockies in this game.
Fair enough for me.
And that's your predictions for the Chicago Cubs, St. Louis Cardinals prospective teams. Headlines.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Take a look at the headlines for the NBA, NFL, and MLB perspective. There's really nothing much there for MLB, except Darren, I see why you feel a lot of hate for the Cardinals. I see why.
They blew it. They blew it. Start out strong and then just blow it.
Well, I give them props for the first game on Friday because due to the fact of the 11-4 route, but they was without Chris Bryant.
Who was it? I would just first say who was injured. That was going to be my first question. Somebody had to have been injured. They wasn't going to get away with that type of win.
Yeah, and then ever since Chris Bryant came back, it just messed up for him.
Yeah.
And other than that, that's all I got from the MLB aspect from headlines. So that I feel the hate for Darren. I see why. I can understand it. That was very disappointing for us to actually come back, especially yesterday and I think Saturday. So yeah, that was a big deal. Okay. For the NBA side, you remember we had to do pen pals back in elementary school? Yeah. A U.S. soldier had reconnected with Larry Nance Jr. They was pen pals back at school. And her name was Bianca Snow. And she reconnected with Larry Nance Jr. She still kept the letters that he wrote during their time in school when she was on tour, also for the Army base or something like that. So that kind of pull back a little memory I had, of course, with our pen pals and stuff like that.
I didn't have
traveling to school too. That's
yeah, because you had one. I didn't have one.
You didn't have one?
Mm-mm.
Antisocial.
I wasn't antisocial as I never got a response, so I didn't bother to try to push on a conversation I knew wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, of course. And also, Hall of Fame Lakers coach Kunla had died. He was 101. Yeah. Condolences to their family. NFL side. Teddy Bridgewater, I don't know what he did to his knee, but he is going to probably start out on the PUP list, the unable to perform list. That's going to be big if they want to bring him back before the season.
Yeah.
I think that's it. That's all I got. Everything else we pretty much touched up on Friday's podcast.
Okay.
All right, there you get news from the sports world, NBA and NFL and MLB. All right, final thoughts. There, you got something for us?
No, I'm done.
This is final thoughts, right?
Yeah, it's final thoughts. It had nothing to do with you. It's just me and my beautiful, wonderful laptop. It's nothing to do with you.
Yeah, I can dig it. I can dig it. Yeah. Everybody PO'd about this O.J. Simpson trial. He requested parole and got granted for it.
Has to take a special friend for that to happen.
It's not the same to what it used to be. back when he was accused of murder and also the robberies and stuff like that. So even if he could outrun the police while he's on parole, he couldn't do it. He's 70 years old. He's too old. He's too old.
And then he's too old to really do just about anything. So
He's too old, yeah.
I mean,
so it's like the only thing he probably want to do is just sit at home and just probably relax or something. But everybody think that he should have,
finish his term.
Finish his term. And I agree to that, too, that he should have finished this time. But he did. I mean, he spent a lot of time when he was accused of murder, didn't he spend at least like a month and a half?
I really didn't follow O.J. Simpson.
I didn't either. I meant to watch it on ESPN also, and I meant to watch their story. I'm gonna try to watch it again, but I can't remember how long it was. But that really was a focal point. A lot of people was pissed about it. They went to social media about it. Everybody felt that he should have finished parole, but he finished his term.
Yeah.
So
all it took was Donald Trump. Just throwing it out there.
Donald Trump.
Yep, Donald Trump. That's all it took.
Why Donald Trump?
All this time he probably requested parole, probably got denied. Donald Trump comes into the office and look what happens.
I would have never suspected Donald Trump because of him being racist.
Well, I think the two are good buddies. I just don't think a lot of people probably know about that, but I think a lot of the things that goes on nowadays just got something.
Well, that could have been. So do you think that, if he actually tried it he probably could have, under Barack Obama, do you think that would have been different or anything like that?
It could have been. It could have been. It could have been.
I think he got some friends in the attorney's office.
If that's the case, they could have been and got him off. They could have got him out in 5 years.
Oh, no. I think they had to fire somebody, replace him with somebody that OJ knows.
True.
Because all this time he never asked for it.
Because he wasn't eligible then, I don't think.
He might not have been, but he sure would have gave it a try. His attorneys would have told, hey, let's just give it a try anyway. You never know what's going to happen from it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's all I got for my final thoughts of OJ. I would like to get Nicole's thoughts on that, too. In person. I mean, she already took it to Twitter, but I just know she got a lot to say about it. But hey,
yeah.
It's a one-sided deal. I think it was something I forgot to mention for the no, it wasn't. All right. Ready to get up on out of here?
Yep.
All right, let's do this. All right, that's another edition of DTST, the MLB episode. Thank you for tuning in. Of course, if you like what you see, you give this video a thumbs up. How you feel about today's show? You just comment on the comment section below. As usual, we're here. Of course, you can apply to our social medias of Facebook, Twitter. You also use YouTube, however you want to do it. We're here as usual. But until then, I'm Darren. Darren's on the opposite side.
Yep.
All right, catch up with us on another episode of Double Take Sports Talk. Until then, ciao. Double Take Sports Talk here with me, Darren Watts. As many of you know, me and Darren enjoy talking sports and giving out stats, but we also enjoy entertaining while doing it. So with that being said, you can check us out on the social media side and get more involved in our podcast. We're on Twitter at DTST2414, or you like us on Facebook, Double Take Sports Talk page at The Watch Brothers. We're also on YouTube. Like, share, do what you got to do with that. Once again, we don't mind. Also, we are finally back on the podcast app for audio-only purposes for those who enjoy audio-only of our podcast. We're also on the blog, feature critical thinking and analysis, and you can check that out at doubletakesportstalk.blogspot.com. Thanks again.